MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning, and welcome to the morning after,
Yes.
is what we'll call this.
That's right. It was rough. We didn't get as much over here our way, but there was a lot of damage.
The southern portion of Lauderdale County took a big hit. Also, still is, one of the pictures that we just posted a moment ago, the Enterprise area, tree down across the road. We're still I talked to David Sharp with Clark County Emergency Management, and the most part it was just tree damage in Clark County that we're aware of. As daylight comes, and there may be a few changes here there, and we'll also speak with Odie later on this morning with Lauderdale County. At this point, we know of about 8 homes that are damaged, one completely destroyed last night, a mobile home that happened last night. Let me see if I can scroll down and show that picture real quick of the damage of that home. The big news out of all of this is everybody's okay.
Oh, goodness. That is.
As we pull up this picture, and it's not the most clear picture. Again, most of these pictures were taken at night with headlights. But as you can see, the home is gone.
Right.
And, it was a direct hit on it. They'll be assessing it, deciding whether that was straight line winds or a tornado. But it looks to be a tornado from all indications.
Before everything really got ramped up, the roof damage on the house out there.
Clarkdale.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Southeast
know.
area.
Yeah, I think more Wynot area maybe. I don't know exactly where they live, but I know her, and it was the roof. The roof come flying over the back of their house. So.
Yeah, and I've got a picture that if I can scroll, I'm scrolling while you talk to get to that picture.
Mm-hmm. I text her. I sent her a message and asked were they okay, and she said yes, that they had family come and bringing tarps and stuff like that, so they were getting some help, but they were okay.
But that
Scary,
looks
though.
where it got up underneath the tin on the roof and just picked it up and it was gone. Mm-hmm. That was the start of the day.
Yeah.
And wind was very rough yesterday, and I think to some degree it was kind of underestimated as to the tornadoes that would come out of this. I think you had said throughout the South, what?
I thought they said 22. Yeah, 22 tornadoes confirmed.
As I'd listened to other meteorologists there at the end, they were saying, yeah, it could be 30, 40 that pop out of this. And sure enough, we did get them there. Mm-hmm. There for a brief moment, it looked like that line that started at Jackson moved northward that was going up toward Starkville and those areas where all the tornadoes were breaking loose, that it might break for a second. And then we started seeing this come out of Smith County. It developed there and just moved across Newton County. Mm-hmm. And the further it got, the worse it got. So we watch this carefully. We'll find out if there's any more damage today. And if you've got it, we'd love to see your pictures as well there. Here is a closer look at that somebody just posted. This is the mobile home there that was. That's just horrible.
It is. That's scary.
Getting somebody without a home this morning.
I'm going to tell you, I think years ago when the tornado went through Zero and tore up that trailer park, I don't know if you remember that. I mean, it was so many mobile homes torn, just demolished. And I think that was a big eye-opener, because we live in a mobile home, and it's scary.
Don't stay.
I don't stay in there.
When we tell you that there's a warning in an area near you, please pay attention. Now,
Yes.
the bad news is there could be more of this coming on Tuesday. As it gets closer, we have to tell you more. But the big outlook, we could have more damaging weather approaching as of Tuesday next week. Again, it's still to watch. Mm-hmm. And as Patty said, that was the tornado of 92.
Yes, I remember. Yep. I was in high school.
Regina Creel, Benville area.
Mm-hmm. But that was horrible. I mean, it was a total devastation out there.
Mm-hmm. This is probably, as they rank it, a small tornado. And let's look at radar here. As we look at this, here it is on radar. Right there, and this is what they're telling us this now. The Toomsuba area is the way they're laying it there. Shelby Gresset Road is where that mobile home was. And we can have damage, as you'll remember, all up here in this area here, the northern part of Clark County. We have another confirmed tornado here on I-59, right across the state line there. Tornado, damage, snap trees, and structural damage to a home there near Livingston. As you zoom in on this, here's the city limits of Livingston right here. And let's turn this on where you can see where the university. Here's the university, and this is going to be the high school, not far from Sumter High. Directly there on 20 is where that damage was. Mm-hmm. Now, the good news that we did learn a while ago, and we may have already said this, I just want to repeat myself to be clear on this. Mm-hmm. Southeast, Northeast, and also Clarkdale will have a late start of 10 a.m. today.
Okay.
Now, originally, Clarkdale was going to be closed as they sent out the messages and the pigeons a few moments ago. EMEPA was able to get power restored to the school, so it will be a late start. That is fantastic.
Yes. And I think West Lauderdale, they pretty much started on time, normal hours for West Lauderdale. So.
And Patty asked this, and I'll have to talk to Lima about this, of getting our area back on a shelter rebate program. And it seems like to where you could be a federal...
Right.
Remember, I'll have to...
Yeah, there was a FEMA type help
right.
if you wanted to get a shelter put in. I think at one time, maybe there was some kind of
So
I think it would be a good idea. I mean, I know the residents might not, but like of subdivisions where you have to pay dues or something, maybe they take some of those dues and put in a storm shelter for...
Yeah, I'm going to let you go knock on doors and say, you want to pay some more taxes?
I don't mean taxes. I mean,
Same thing.
you have to pay. Well, I mean, that to me would be better than just keeping flowers planted here and there. So, I would rather have a place to go.
You go knocking on... Just ask any volunteer fire department how hard it is to get a little change at the door when they knock on it. So we're sending Candace out. Avon calling.
Goodness.
You ever sold Avon?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I bought it. I had never sold it.
I just wondered if you'd been that.
Oh.
Or what's the other one where if you're really a good salesman, you get the pink car in the end?
Oh,
Which
the
one?
Mary Kay.
She's a Mary Kay woman.
Yeah.
Is that real big, or has online things kind of died that
I don't know.
down?
Arbonne is a big thing right now.
Never heard
my
of
daughter, it's a product name, but my daughter's getting into doing that. We actually have a little thing tonight scheduled to go to that she's going to have. But I think if you do pretty good in that, you get a Mercedes. So that's a real big deal.
Somebody invited me somewhere to a eating one night. After I sat down to get my steak, I find out that, you know what? There's attachments to this steak. And they were trying to get me to order my toothpaste off. I'm like, will you leave me alone?
Oh, yeah.
And then I argued with them, and they closed the meeting. And I guess I was ugly. But they bothered me.
But I think it is a good thing for people who stay home. Like my daughter is a stay-at-home mom with her 2 kids. So I mean,
Apparently your mom is too.
Mama's a stay-at-home mom now too. Yeah. But anyway.
Well, there you go. We also have some pictures. Now, this is going to be New Hope Baptist Church. Again, now my pictures are at night. And let me pull this up there. This is a nighttime picture. Look at the front end damage there. Or that could be side. It's hard to tell in the dark. But damage to their place. Also, as we scroll down, let me get here. This is going to be out at Southeast, out at the football field, baseball field, actually.
Oh, goodness.
So they've got
fence down. Yeah.
Let's see. We may have a few more. That's the mobile home. Now, this was the scene last night. Let me talk about this. And this caught back on fire this morning. This was on Southeast. If you're all out in there, you've heard a bunch of sirens last night. This was a home, a structure fire, the 2900 block, Highway 19. Numerous fire departments showed up, and I believe the home was a total loss. And this morning, it caught back up. I got several messages inboxed to me of, hey, that house is back on fire again.
Oh, goodness.
So they worked for hours last night trying to control that. And we don't know if that was caused by a lightning strike or something that hit the home during the storm. But it was almost immediately after the storm moved out that the home caught fire.
Yeah, I was praying that when we got home last night, we wouldn't have any lightning strikes at our house.
Ooh, I bet so.
After our just recovery from all that mess. Ugh.
Now, let's look at this. We're down to 31 folks. This is good news here as we go to EMEPA to find out who is without power. And let's look at this as we go south of Meridian. Look at that number there. That's improved as you get down in this area here in Clark County here, the northern portion, 4 people. Then we go a little bit further south, and we get down here in the Quitman area, Shibuda area, 26 people. So they're working to get these 2 areas back up. That's really, really good. Those guys have worked throughout the night to restore power. It was massive stuff. That
you cannot say thank you enough to these guys and women too, if that help do all that. But
Odie tells us that they are trying to get the FEMA shelter back for Lauderdale County. That's good news, Odie. And Odie, as you're sitting there, am I right that it was 8 homes damaged last night, or have y'all found more, expecting more this morning?
Okay.
Let me know on that. A lovely blouse. Well, thank you, Diane. I do appreciate you noticing that I'm wearing a new blouse today.
Oh. If she's, yeah.
Did you get a new shirt?
No, I've had this. Okay. I've had it. I've worn
Got
it
a little
before.
hole there on the side. I don't know if anybody told you that.
I'm not so wild about this little style that goes on with the little holes in the shoulders. But anyway, thank
Have
you,
you got
Dave.
the big
I appreciate
Elvis
it.
sleeves today, too?
Yeah, it's kind of the...
Aren't those choir robes? Isn't that what that's called?
Yeah, that's what it is, Scotty Ray. I'm going to break out in song in a minute. Yeah.
She's going to hit a little Amazing Grace in a moment. Also, we've got a special guest coming in this morning. Don't forget the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Miss Hillary is here, and I think she's brought along her husband to make sure that she tells everything right.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure she would love to.
You got to have a man in your life. Keep you straight. I've been trying to get this out.
They work together.
Yeah,
for a good thing.
It is a very good cause. That helps children when they're young and develops who they are.
Yes.
See, Odie says we're getting out this morning to do more assessments in the daylight, but at least 8 homes last night. I like the way he said yes, sir, at the end of that. Boy, go ahead. Well, if you could just get some help from those other folks up in the office there. I'm pulling for y'all. Team effort. Whose turn is it to go through and buy at the drive-thru?
I'd love to be a fly on the wall right now with him and Greg talking.
Oh, you know it's funny.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Y'all stay close. We want you to be a part of this. We're going to talk more about damage and things that's gone on, and also the big, well, how do I word it? I was going to say big, but the discussion of the gunfire yesterday. Someone was shot in Meridian. It was accidental, we do believe, but still it was gunfire. Somebody up in the hospital. We'll talk more about that. That's on the way with Scotty Ray and Candace this bright and early Thursday morning. Don't rush off.
Patrick Allen Companies services and repairs all brands of overhead doors, residential and commercial. Our service technicians are factory trained and have over 125 years of combined experiences. At Patrick Allen Companies, we are not interested in being the biggest, just the best. At Patrick Allen Companies, our philosophy is simple. We want to give you more than you expect. We are just 4 miles south of Meridian on Highway 145. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
On June 30th, 2021, the FDA alerted the public that Philips recalled certain CPAP devices due to concerns regarding its polyester-based polyurethane sound abatement foam. This is a Class 1 recall, the most serious type of recall. Use of these devices may cause serious injuries or death. If you're diagnosed with long-term, permanent, and life-threatening health complications, your illness may be linked to your use of a Philips breathing device, and you may be entitled to compensation. Call Richard Swartz & Associates for a case evaluation today.
Whoop, y'all hold the printing presses. We got a goat that is loose in the area.
That's right.
Anybody missing their goat?
If you are missing a white goat, there's one walking down Highway 45 in the Causeyville area on the overpass. Causeyville Road overpass.
There ain't nothing worse than waking up your goat gone. I mean, I'm telling you, I've had it happen before myself.
Look, if you got flowers anywhere around that area, you better be watching out for the goat because you will no longer have flowers.
And I think the puppy dogs that were reported missing yesterday on Button Gun Road were picked up that were going around like this. Wendy, where am I? I think they got recovered there. There was a lot of people that commented on that. Let's go across the room and our special guest this morning. Hillary, how in the world are you doing over there?
I'm doing good.
Good to see
I'm
you
so
again.
glad to be here. Good to see y'all too.
And who's the dude beside you?
That's my handsome husband.
Oh, she used the word handsome. Do y'all hear that? Good to see y'all both. So, what do y'all have going on? Why are you out so bright and early today?
Well, we have a women's conference, or I have a women's conference going on this Saturday at Evangel Temple. And we have, special guest speaker, Tracy Strawberry. Are you familiar with her?
Strawberry? Where would I know that name from?
Okay, you know Daryl Strawberry, Major League Baseball player, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Him in the 80s. He did really well in his baseball career. Ended up falling off, got into drugs and stuff like that.
Shame on him.
Powerful testimony.
Very, very powerful testimony. Ended up finding the Lord. In all that, he was married to her. She went down the same kind of path. Then they both ended up, they have their own testimonies, but she ended up finding the Lord. She has her doctorate. She's an international speaker. She's an author. She is an amazing, powerful, walking, living, breathing miracle. She's just amazing. I think the world of her.
So that's his wife.
Yes, and she's coming to Evangel Temple this Saturday, for a women's conference.
What does she discuss? Is it like what you dealing? Because I've never been to a ladies' conference like this. So tell me what I guess what I'm trying to get at, does she talk about her path of getting saved, or is she discussing something else?
Well, I told her that she could talk about whatever that's on her heart. I told her there's going to be a variety of people there, from young to old, all different kinds of walks of life, just to speak what's on her heart. The title of the conference is called Becoming Whole. The only way to become whole is having Christ in your life, and it's always a process. To become whole, like, you have to have Him in every area of your life.
Yes.
And sometimes we take back healing, and it's like you have to keep going over and over again. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's kind of tricky to say, but
from brokenness to glory.
Yes, it's just a process, and but we need Him in it, and so she's going to talk about that.
Now, you have to be careful with these kind of situations. I told somebody one time to talk what was on their heart, and we talked 30 minutes about arthritis. So be careful when you give that to speakers, because they'll get off subject. And you're like, what's that got to do with the price of eggs?
That's funny.
But what time does it start?
Okay, well, it starts at 10, but the doors open at 9, and it'll probably last until about 12:30, I would say. But we'll have door prizes, we'll have worship, and then the word. And this is also a fundraiser for FCA, for ladies ministry.
Right.
And so every ticket that's sold, and there'll also be an offering taken up, every bit of that will go towards ladies ministry.
Now, if you're here on the website, and this is where you'd go to register to come, correct?
Yes.
Now, is that the only way you can come, or can you pay at the door?
No, you can also pay at the door. We do want to encourage people to go ahead and pre-register, because I believe that there's going to be some lines. So to avoid the line, pre-register would be nice.
I'm getting old. I thought you said there's going to be wine everywhere. I'm getting old.
No. Lines.
Isn't that wonderful, though, that there will be lines? I mean,
Yes,
waiting
it is.
Getting in. Yeah, that's a great thing.
Now, y'all do so much. For somebody that's watching going, what are these people talking about? Fellowship of Christian Athletes. This is involved in all of our schools, and this is where the money of these projects that are used, y'all go in. And when was that? Y'all give Bibles and things to kids in schools too, don't you?
We do. We do. We go in, we do devotions. We our theme word this year, you can see my shirt, is every.
Okay.
We want to reach every coach, every athlete, every student, and make sure that right now our mission is to have every ninth grader have a Bible in their hand, and every student that needs one too. It is about spreading the word of God, because as you see what's going on in the world today, it's unpredictable. Heaven's real, hell's real, and we want to see everyone saved. We want to see everyone knowing Christ and knowing that He is real, and that there's an eternity that's at stake. And He can see us through, things that are going on in life. He may not take bad circumstances and situations away from us, but He can give us peace and joy through those circumstances.
That's right.
This ought to be a good show there. Now, this is on Saturday. Now, and correct me if I'm wrong, that y'all have another event following up not long after this. Maybe the 19th, am I right?
Did I
catch you off guard on that one?
The Breakfast of Champions will be on the 15th.
15th. I was in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we'll
and Charlie Ward will be there.
Now, tell me more about Charlie. Y'all know much about Charlie?
He was a Heisman Trophy winner. He played football and basketball, and he even played pro baseball. He did everything. He was just a all-around star athlete, and he'll be speaking and sharing his heart and his story, and it'll be pretty good, and it'll be amazing.
Where would that be located at?
That'll be at the MSU
campus?
Yeah, MSU campus, yeah. We usually do it at the Tommy Delaney Center, but we're switched it over to doing it at MSU. It's a little bigger, bigger venue. So, yeah.
All right. We'll find out more about that also. But we're focusing this week, of course, on Saturday and your big event there. The ladies coming out to the church at the Evangel Temple, and we certainly hope that it's a big turnout for this.
Yeah,
I was clicking here on Breakfast of Champions. Y'all have got that coming up there, and that's going to be. How do you pronounce that word? Is it
Calmus?
Calmus, yeah. I'd have spelled it different, but nobody asked me.
At the Calmus Auditorium.
7 a.m.
There it is.
That's an early start.
right.
Yes. It's start the day off right.
That's right. Somebody thinks of donuts. But it is a blessing. Now, y'all also have so many things going on with Fellowship of Christians. How long have y'all been involved in this program? Because we touched on that last time that you were here.
We've been volunteering for over 5 years now, and he's been on staff for 2 years, and I've been on staff for 1 year now.
That's a lot.
About 7 years total.
Yeah.
6-7 years total. So.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad that y'all are involved in helping make a difference. This is where it all begins.
Yeah. What is the age groups that you mainly do you all age groups, or do you mainly focus on certain age groups?
Well, middle school to college.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we got more coming up. Y'all don't rush off. We're going to touch back and forth to y'all here in just a little bit. Of course, Hillary and Ty joining us. The Fords. Lord, Mr. Ford is in the office with us this morning. Welcome, everyone that are joining us for the first time. If you've never bumped into us before, we're so glad that you chose us to be a part of your morning as we find out what's going on in the community and things that happen. Now, let me pull this up. Yesterday, I got a message. Well, I got like 20. My inbox started popping. Something's going on Highway 39. So the
I saw that.
investigation began.
Questions, yeah.
And then I found out, well, somebody's at the hospital that may have been hurt. Turns out it was all connected. And I've got the video.
Yeah, I didn't understand really this.
He drops the gun. Now, this is going to be, let me see.
Does it go off when
Yes,
he drops it?
Absolutely.
Who does he shoot?
The man outside the store.
So it's just wanted to shoot him. I mean, it barely missed him then.
Let me see here. This will be briefly loud, the audio on this. I didn't get a chance before I loaded it to take the audio out of it. So it's going to be briefly loud on your television or on your phone for just a second there. And you won't be able to hear us talk because it's so loud. And then we'll come back and describe to you what this is. All right, let me pull this up where you're seeing this. This is from the Meridian Police Department. This is the gentleman right here that you want to watch in this. And this is from the CCTV television there of what went on in the store. Now watch carefully. Now as you see those guys run, they got shot. He dropped it. Now there's a lot of talk about, and I haven't spoken back to the police since late yesterday afternoon as to what type of gun was that, because it was all on the remarks. If you'll go and read all that. It wasn't a pistol, maybe it was a shotgun. I'm going to get more clarification on that. But it does look bigger than a pistol. Well, whatever happened, it did go off.
Okay, so was he planning on doing something with the gun? Why would he walk in the store with the gun? What was the intent, I guess, of having the gun in the store?
I don't know, but there was controversy on both sides of the fence of this. This is you can carry a gun. You can carry a concealed weapon. Others were trying to say maybe he was doing more. They interviewed him yesterday afternoon because citizens, after seeing this video, goes, he ran is what he done. He drops that gun and hits somebody, and he hauls britches. He could have been in the Olympics. He got out of there.
Can you imagine being the person in front of him in line?
Yeah, it would spook you.
Yeah.
Now, the gentleman who got shot drove himself to the hospital. And then that's when the investigation began. But they did speak to the gentleman. Someone saw the video and called the police department and said, I know where this guy is. So they brought him in for questioning. And at this point, it's still believed to be an accident.
Right.
That it wasn't. But we will find out more from the police department, hopefully today, in what manner, what was that? And as Gabby said, she sees it as a sawed-off shotgun, which would be highly illegal. You can't do that.
Yeah,
If
that
you
would be very painful.
You
too,
saw
I
off
would
a gun,
imagine.
you get in trouble over that. It does appear to be that. I don't want to go out on a limb without, because that it's not close enough to be for sure on my end before I go to speak. But we'll get more information on that. Scary situation. Wrapped in a coat, it looked like, instead of being on the side. That would not be illegal if you own the gun legally and have a permit. We'll get into that. Hopefully we'll get to the bottom of that story. Have mercy. Now, as we look around, and we talked about that, let me get over here. This happened down in Natchez, Mississippi. You send your kids to school, and you think everything is great. And then you get a call from the Dollar General and goes, "Hey, your kid's down here." Well, I dropped them off at the school earlier. Had a little youngster there in Natchez, Mississippi, walk a mile down the road. I guess they wanted a candy bar or something, and went on down to the Dollar General. No word yet as to what the school has to say, how it got away from school. But they do say they're very thankful that everything is okay, and they will up measures so that this doesn't happen again.
Yeah, his parent says the child was being bullied. Maybe
And
he was
wondered
scared
why.
to go into the school and left. You know.
But boy, that could have been so bad walking
yeah.
a mile. Y'all think about that traffic. A 5-year-old.
5-year-old, yeah. I would think I would be. I don't know, unless somebody had my child's hand at 5 years old, taking them in the school, I'd be walking them in myself.
At 50, I like to have my hand held and led.
We'll give a top to Angie. See what she does.
But and I joke about that, but that's a serious matter there as we look at that. Around the state, as we talked about Bruce Willis, just a tad. This is so sad. Is that what that is? He's having to come out of this. Jackson, Mississippi, may be the last movie that he made.
Yeah. I have never heard of this disease called aphasia. I've never heard of that, but that is what they're saying that he's been diagnosed with, and it's something that
It's a brain condition, it says here, that affects the ability to understand language from someone else.
Yeah, and I think it'll mess with his speech. It seems like it could be really bad. So
y'all sent out a little prayer too there for Bruce.
Yeah.
He's always been the good guy in the movies that you liked. Whatever part he was playing, he ended up a little dirty there, but he always was a great actor.
I didn't realize he was 67 years old.
Bruce is?
67. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
He's
It's
just
crazy.
forever that guy that's in Die Hard that's maybe 30-something.
I know.
Yeah, I think we all feel that way. How could time have flown that much there?
Yeah, but it says he's stepping away from acting. So
We wish
I'm
him
sure
luck
he
in
wants to
his...
spend as much time with his family as possible while, before
Right.
it really affects him.
Pennsylvania is our next topic. As a judge says, I'm getting rid of y'all. A school board tried to defy law. They tried to make all the kids wear face masks. They have been removed by a judge. Glad some parents stepped up and done the right thing there.
Yep.
So they're out of office now as we come across spring break. As we go to Florida, 160 people have been arrested. They had a little party on the
160.
beach.
Good grief.
That's a lot. That's like the big raid that they did out at Southeast some years ago, and they brought in like 12 buses and hauled everybody to jail. Don't act like you wasn't there. I heard that you were running through the bushes.
No. No, it was not.
I actually know a few people that still have barbed wire marks.
Look, I've heard of some incidents, but no, I was not involved in any.
And what I'm joking about, I think most people know in the area there was a party. This had to be 20, 25 years ago. Mike Vick and all the gang, underage drinking at a party. And they just rolled the school buses in. It was 6, 7, 8, arrested everybody. And Mama had to come get you from the jailhouse.
Now, I will say we did have a party one time in high school, and it was supposed to be just like our immediate people that we went to school.
Yeah.
And it ended up being people from all over Lauderdale County. I don't know how it happened, but word spreads fast.
It does. That's like
I do know at the end of the night, somebody had ran over a water spigot. There was no water, which means people were using toilets. They was not able to flush them. It was horrible, Brad. You know who I'm talking about.
Well,
it was at Brad's mom and dad's house. I mean, we were just like, what is going on?
This happened on social media as well
Crazy.
as a party that spread on, I think it was also Florida, where the second story caved in. So many people came into the house. But spring break, this is unreal. The guns and dope and drugs that were taken out. I want you to look at this picture.
Oh, my goodness.
This is what was taken from the beach. Who needs that on spring break?
What is the deal with all the guns? I mean, right. Why would you need to do all that?
It ain't good. Here's another picture of that. No, I'll just put it under my swimsuit and walk on out to the beach. No one's going to notice the big, large gun. Yeah, that makes you go, But
That's scary right there.
definitely.
That is.
Hillary, were you telling me that...
And drugs combined with that. That's really scary.
Did you tell me your mother lived close to where this all happened?
Yes, my dad actually witnessed some of it.
What did he say happened?
He said that just people were everywhere. They were fighting in the middle of the road. They were stopping vehicles, not allowing people to get through. It was just really bad. They were taking over the beaches. I know somebody who works as a security officer down there.
Right.
They were climbing over the walls of the condos, and the gates to get in. I mean, they were terrorizing. They tore up the Walmart there. They were robbing and all kinds of stuff.
That just blows my mind.
But look, this is the best part. So they went in front of the judge, and I watched it on Facebook or whatever. But that judge, he lit into them. He stuck it to them.
Did he?
Yes, he did. I'll send it to you in Messenger. But they had to have learned their lesson.
And that's good.
It is good. It is good.
If that don't make you think twice about letting your kid go off on spring break, I don't know what would.
I know.
I just senior trips. I mean, just beware stuff
As
like this.
Jed would say, "Yee doggy." That was a little exciting. I don't know if y'all noticed just how much marijuana and drugs were scattered on that table.
I don't know what kind of guns those were, but I can't get past teenagers having access to all of that.
They were shooting AK-47s. One person got shot in the foot. I know a 4-year-old was ran over. That was an accident, but the 4-year-old died. It was not related to the overtaking of Panama City, but I mean, there's a lot going on there.
I did not know that. Now, refresh my memory. Florida. What was I supposed to ask you about Florida? There was something else that went on in Florida that I was trying to remember. It'll come to me in a minute, hopefully.
I know all that Disney mess is going on.
Oh, yeah.
All that Disney stuff where they've got people who work for Disney who are trying to put all this stuff out there that they're like, do you know what I'm talking about? I probably don't have enough information
I don't
to really
either.
comment about it, but I know that it's a big controversy right now.
I had a thought, and I just lost my thought, so I apologize on that. I knew where I was going, and then I got sidetracked doing something else there. So, whoops. Little boo-boo there. We'll be right back in just a moment. We're going to look back on this date in history and see if you remember any of the things that happened on today. That's all around the corner.
As the days get warmer, the grass starts growing. Drop in and visit with Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 in Sicalina, where they've got a complete line of the #1 lawnmower in America, Skag. Whether you're a homeowner or a lawn care service, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower just for you. Plus, they carry X-Mark tractors and any part that you may need for your existing tractor or lawnmower. Drop in and see Cole or Buttermilk today. Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, 601-626-8759.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace on this Thursday morning as things are going to be better. Today,
Yes.
it is. It's a little cloudy right now. That's going to finally break away. We'll get some sunshine by late afternoon. 68 is our temperature. Watch out. We're going to still have a few gusts here. The weekend looks to be beautiful. And then maybe, we might all join together and hold hands and discuss weather again next Tuesday. As this gets closer, we're going to watch this to make sure that you know all of this.
I'm excited. We're going to camp this weekend.
I thought you were going to say about bad weather. I was going to say, Candace, that's just downright rude.
We're going camping. I can't wait. We stopped the other day, which I still have not sent you the pictures of the hot air balloon because it was beautiful going across the water. But we stopped the other day to take pictures when we went through there. And it was just like, I was just like, oh, it's so peaceful. I love going.
Do you got like the backpack and the whole 9 yards there where you put your little sleeping bag on? And
No, that's like show enough camping.
because
No, we camp in a camper, so we don't have the we're not backpacking.
I had this visual because I was over at my mother's one day this week, and the Brady Bunch was on, and Alice had on the little green outfit with the huge socks that come up to her knee, and that's what I had.
Tube socks.
Yeah, I had that visualized when you camp in there for a brief moment.
No, I will ride bikes. We have bikes that we ride around the little thing, and so that's nice. So.
Go ahead,
It's just
girl.
relaxing to be able to get you a cup of coffee and go walking and let Alden ride his bike. I mean, it's just nice.
A lot of people love it.
And it's quality time, so that's a good thing.
I like to have that quality time on my back porch and go, don't leave me alone. Do it.
Yeah.
Let's go back into history. Let's look at a few things now. This is, I've never been there. Everybody that's ever been that I've spoken to says it's breathtaking to see this. But on this date, 1889, it opened up for the general public to go. The Eiffel Tower.
Now, can you go up in that?
It's got elevators.
Okay.
I don't know exactly where the elevators, since I've never been there, but it does have an elevator to go to the top. Ain't going to be catching me at the
I
top.
was fit to say, I'd put money on, even if you were at the Eiffel Tower, you wouldn't be going up in the top.
If I were to say she walks these hills in a long black veil, would you know what I'm talking about?
I sure would not.
What's the world coming to, folks? As we go back on this, and a lot of people have recorded this, but the man behind it that made it the first hit had a birthday on today. Lefty Frizzell, one of the true legends of country music, was born on today. And y'all have heard of Long Black Veil, hadn't you?
No, sir.
Oh, my. Let me describe the story, because if y'all don't know the story of this, you get this guy, somebody's murdered in town, and they write a song to it. It was few at the scene, but everyone agreed that he did it. He's brought before the judge, and the judge says, son, where were you? Tell me where you were. If you can have an alibi, you don't die. And he sits there and he doesn't say a word. Even though he's innocent, he doesn't open his mouth. You know why? He was having an affair with his best friend's wife, and he could not tell the truth.
So that was his alibi.
So late at night, they hang him. But she walks the hills and she visits his grave at night wearing a long black veil. She cries over his bones. Woo, what a country song.
That's terrible.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
But
Depressing.
she stood in the crowd watching him get hung. She did, never said a word. But she goes to his grave at night and cries. Y'all ain't getting into
And
this
she went
like
back
I
to
am.
her husband
Bill.
that has no idea.
She didn't.
Yeah.
Somebody help me. It was a great country song.
She should have been wearing that black veil when she married him instead of a white one.
Woo.
That's funny.
1948. Didn't this guy? Didn't he have trouble spelling or something? Am I remembering?
Potato. Wasn't it potato
I
or
think it
something like that?
was. And he tells you, he tells you not to use gasoline, but he gets on a jet and flies everywhere. I thought that was the same guy. He might have been your vice president one time, nicknamed Chad.
Yeah, the hanging chads. Do you remember that? When you went to vote and they had the little thing,
Yeah.
the little poke through thing that if it didn't go all the way through or something.
Right, got hung up in the machine. It just went on.
And that's what he
and on.
blamed everything on. Right.
Eddie Seipel is in my court. He's backing me up and says everyone should know that song. I think they teach that at 3rd grade at Kemper Academy. If you don't know the words, you ain't passing. I think that's the next level to the class.
I know Chris Goley, and that's not true.
It's not.
No.
I bet you Chris knows the song, though.
I bet he does too.
Wow, it's just one of those great. John Anderson did it. Merle Haggard did it. Okay, I'm going to hush since y'all aren't involved with this. I didn't like this show, but others seem to like it a whole lot. Were y'all big Flower Child people back in the days? Did y'all like that style of music, the hippie stuff?
I was born in 74.
I was born in 85.
I refer to this as the hippies, the Partridge Family.
Yeah.
Shirley Jones, born in 54 on this date. She was big. She was the mom on that show, but I just didn't get into that
I don't know what
much.
kind of music though.
Flower Child.
I don't remember. What was that?
To me, that'd be the.
I mean, I like
the late
70s.
60s.
I like 70s
That
music.
60s, 70s, to me, it was kind of like, okay, let's wear bell bottoms and get high. And I think
Yeah.
that's what that was.
Okay.
It didn't do much for me.
All right.
The Monkees, that kind of sound.
Oh yeah. Now I did watch the Monkees. Hey hey, with a monkey. You know.
Hey, this was a song, and I think we'll all agree that this was great. He came along, and there was nothing quite like it. They even poked fun at it in Back to the Future that this was coming. Hey, you were looking for that sound? What are we talking about? What song? Johnny Be Good was released on this date in 58.
This song was popular also in Back to the Future because you remember he gets
That's
up on
what
the
I
stage.
said. You wasn't listening to me.
Well, I was listening, but I was looking at the picture too. I get sorry. Anyway, Back to the Future, as Scotty Ray said, it was popular then.
She wasn't listening. Was
I
she?
was listening, but I'm not a multitasker. I'm not. I can't listen to something and look at something and I can't. I just can't. Last night I was on the phone with somebody trying to check on them, and my mother was telling me something about the weather, and I couldn't do two things at one time. I just couldn't. So, sorry.
You know the quiet one in the room that never says anything? It'd be this guy over here named Ty. Do you not remember any of this stuff?
Well, I did listen to a lot of that kind of music, but the people you showed, I didn't remember other than Johnny Be Good.
Don't worry. I never know anybody hardly that he
Oh,
pulls
and I
up.
got a typo. Debbie says I have made a boo-boo and put a 5 where the 3 was supposed to be. It was 34. So my apologies on that. Typo in the Scotty Ray world. Whoops. Shirley Jones. David Cassidy was also on that show. And he wasn't long ago that David Cassidy passed away. But he was definitely Flower Child material. Now, I will admit, I don't want anybody to go telling this in town, but I did watch the Hardy Boys with my sister as a kid. Y'all don't make fun of me. They drove around in the van. It was kind of like Scooby-Doo, and they solved mysteries.
I read their books.
Let's see. I remember this, and I'll attribute this to Ken Rainey because this is where I heard it. It went number 1 on this date. Glenn Campbell hit the charts, and it went number 1 on this date. Southern Nights. What a great song that was.
Yeah, it was.
Right. Y'all do know that, right?
I don't.
Oh. You know who Glenn
You've
Campbell...
heard it. I'm sure you've heard the song before.
I probably had to hear
Probably
it,
so.
maybe.
You do know Glenn Campbell, though, right?
I don't know all the
name
words
don't
in the
ring a
song, but
bell.
it starts off that Southern Nights. You ever heard the song? Okay. That's how it starts out.
I want you to look across here at the camera over here, and Hillary has no idea who Glenn Campbell is. Glenn Campbell, lineman, you don't know, do you? And you do know that's the reason we have Alan Jackson.
I know Alan Jackson.
Look, I'm awful
Yeah.
about when he pops like a name of a song up here. I have no idea. But if I heard it, I would definitely
I probably
know
would
it.
too,
So
yeah.
you probably would if you heard it. And Lillian said that will teach you to talk to me when I'm not listening to you.
But anyway, Glenn Campbell went on to become, he was such a great artist, and he had the fling with Tanya Tucker, and they fought all the time. But he would go on to form a music publishing company. And he just happened to be on an airplane one day, and Alan Jackson's wife was a stewardess. And she goes, "Would you listen to this?" And, well, the rest is history. That's how Alan Jackson came to be because of an airplane ride.
Oh, wow.
1998, I'm sure you two know this. You're probably up on this if you're into the beach scene. You know who Kenny Chesney is. He went number 1 with
Yeah.
How Forever Feels.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say one time he sang in concert, I'd Love to Lay You Down, just in case y'all had never heard that song. Y'all heard that one?
I have heard that one.
All right.
Who did the song?
Somebody come arrest this woman.
Besides him, who did it?
Were you talking about I'd Love to Lay You
Yeah,
Down?
who-
That's why I said you should be arrested if you can't answer that.
Well, I know
Like,
it's one of the older.
It's a crime not to
Okay.
know that. Conway Twitty.
I was fixing to say that. I really was, because in my head I was trying to play the song, but yeah.
I'm worried about my friend
every
Candace.
time I think of every time I see Kenny Chesney, I think about the
Marriage?
marriage to Renee Zellweger. I thought that was just so odd to me.
We never
and
got
it didn't
a-
last overnight.
Yeah, and we didn't get an explanation as to why she really left.
Yeah, that's odd.
It
Really
led, well, I'll just leave that well enough alone. Anybody? Some things is just best left alone and not discussed.
True story.
As we go into Bruce Lee, who was one of the biggest movie guys that there ever was with karate. I mean, now he wasn't no Chuck Norris. Let's just be honest. Chuck Norris could whoop anybody. We all know that. But his son also, a tragic death for Bruce Lee. And it was on this date back in '93 that his son was killed on the movie set with that prop gun. Brandon Lee passed away. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I remember that too.
It was very hard. I'm not going to lie. It was hard for me to watch those Bruce Lee movies because it was not in English.
I couldn't stand how the words didn't move
Didn't
with
mount-
the lips.
didn't match.
They get, and then the words would come on. Like,
Yeah.
crazy.
But I do remember the song. Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Yeah.
Y'all are not finding my humor. I'm trying to bring y'all in with this. We lost a great on this day. Back in 2011, you couldn't help but slap your knee every time you'd heard, Lord have mercy, baby's got her blue jeans on. Mel Mcdaniel passed away on this date back in '68. He was 68 years old in 11, as I correct myself. Of course, a lot of great songs that Mel done. Stand Up, Tell Us All About It. He was a great singer. Really liked Mel Mcdaniel a whole
Baby's
bunch.
Got Her Blue Jeans On song was a big hit back
It
in
was.
the day.
Well, that's a few things that happened on this day in history. Hopefully, we brought a smile to your face, and we're getting Candace arrested. I'm gonna call Ward in a minute, see if he'll come get you.
Oh, wow. So sorry.
We've got more on the way. Don't rush off. We'll tell you about everything that's going on in the community. We want you to be a part of it.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
I'm Michael Swansea. I'm an Alpha insurance agent. 9 out of 10 people don't understand what insurance actually is. I want to fix that. I want to take the opportunity to sit down with you and your family and really go over your insurance and make sure that y'all are protected. I don't want y'all going to bed at night wondering during the next emergency, during the next claim, am I going to be covered? Give me a chance to sit down with you and your family and fix that and make a difference.
Big trucks, they're loud, intimidating, and they'll run over anything in their way. I'm attorney Richard Schwartz. We won over $1 billion for the injured because we don't settle for less. Call me today and let me help you get the money you deserve. One call, that's all.
There's a lot of ways of saying Conway. If I could sing, I'd really cut it, but I can't. So there you go there.
Who's it kill to hear his voice?
Talking about Conway. It is great. He means that as a compliment, I do believe. Conway just had that growl, and ladies went wild over it. He was one of the greats there. So.
That Daddy song. Is that what it was called? Daddy, I'm so, when...
That's my job.
Yeah, That's My Job. That song.
Sure.
That was a sad song.
Yeah, but that's not, as you get into Conway, you think more of his songs that were directed toward the ladies.
Yeah.
You've never been this far before. Boom, boom, boom. And everybody was going, did Conway just say that on the radio? And it was.
Kind of like probably us. Did they just say that?
But it was at the time when you've never been this far before. None of that stuff had ever been discussed in a song. And it just kept going further and further, and Conway was on it. I still see the want to in your eye. Where he walks into a bar and this old girl, she looks up at him and she's winking. And he goes, I can see it in your eye. You want me over there. But you got a little band of gold. You can't come over here. You're not into this.
I am into that. I'm just thinking there are women like that out there.
But it really hit home. He sang to a group of ladies, and it worked for him. All right, on to another subject here. Mexico. Things have gotten so bad in Mexico that the presidential jet, well, they're not using it anymore, but you too can rent it. That's right. If you're having a big party, it costs $131 million. They're trying to make back a little bit of the money in Mexico.
Pocket change. I mean, who can't afford that?
Can you imagine being able to, number one, to be able to afford that? But here's a picture of the plane. You can rent that.
Sure.
I don't know what
You're
you would rent a
multi-millionaire.
What would you really, with a wedding, rent the jet for?
I don't know.
Trying to figure that one out. It's not like it's an estate. Maybe you got to fly somewhere already. And you know how they always say you're not in the ground and people start distributing your products? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Betty Ford, Betty White. Betty Ford, where did they come from? I'm thinking of clinics. But Betty White's home. She's only been passed away for 4 months, and they've already got her house up for sale. She lived there for 40 years.
Goodness, $8 million.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Here's the house. If you've never seen it before, this is what it looks like. Bunch of stairs.
She was such a good actress.
Mm-hmm.
Had a good sense of humor. Even at a late age,
Do you rank her? She done that show late in life of the Hot in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Would you rank that better than the Golden Girls? Which one was better?
I liked her better on the Golden Girls because I don't like inappropriate stuff coming out of Betty White's mouth. I just didn't. The two don't mix to me.
So I only watched one episode of the Hot in Cleveland. Was it more of the risque side?
I thought it was. Did y'all? Have you ever seen that?
I like the Golden Girls better.
I do too.
She's just kind of dingy, so to speak, but meant well.
She was in that movie, The Proposal, with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds and several different.
Is that movie about the $1 million?
Actresses? No, no. He worked with her, and she was a Canadian, and she was going to get deported back to Canada, I think, because she didn't have whatever she needed, and so he was going to marry her to keep her here, and there was somebody trying to find an agent, was trying to find out.
Saw that on the Clampetts.
But anyway, his family thought it was a real wedding, and they were all excited, and she got close to the family.
Oh.
And it was a good movie, though. Betty White was the grandmother in the movie. And she just made the whole thing.
Look at this. Hands down, everybody's saying Golden Girls was it.
Yeah, I love the Golden Girls.
Rose was her character, wasn't it? Yeah, you really couldn't help it. And she, if you go back, she couldn't have been, in her late 40s, early 50s when she done that show?
I don't know, but she was the last of the girls left, and she was the last one to pass away. So
bless her heart. We like that. The next subject, this just will not go away. Will Smith is who we're talking about. Right. I think, originally I would have said, no, they're not going to take any award. And I almost still lean to that. But they're getting pressure from America going, you need to do something about this.
Yeah, I think it does need to be something done about it. And they were talking about the Oscar thing. They said they weren't going to take his Oscar away. But I think something major needs to be done about it.
And that's the discussion. Will they take it? They haven't formally, in the end, decided, but do you think they should?
I think it was like another slap in the face to allow him to walk up on that stage like nothing ever happened and get an award after that. I would think that'd be like slapping somebody in the face twice.
They said they asked him not to leave, and he wouldn't.
Right.
Tickets went up for Chris Rock. His tickets went from like $40 to $400, and those coming out of the show say, wasn't that really that good? Chris Rock has been kind of quiet. I think he finally made a statement last night over this. But Joe Rogan, who does podcasts, says, look, what you have done, Will Smith, is if anybody's in the audience now and you poke fun at them, they're going to walk up on stage and start jumping on comedians now.
Right. And, that's another thing. Like, I heard somebody characterize it like this the other day. They said, so it's okay that if you agree with somebody that has offended your wife or a part of your family, well, what about the teacher that says something offensive to your child? Or you going to go, or what about the person who says something offensive to your child in a store? You just going to walk up and hit them?
That does happen nowadays.
I know it does happen. I'm just saying, this was not the place.
A bad example.
It was, and I do think it's going to probably bring on other things to happen.
A black tie event that went south, so to speak.
Yeah, but I thought a pretty good bit. I thought Will Smith was a good actor, and
Teresa makes a good point here. There's two camps on this: those that say that Will done a great job defending his wife's honor,
I do.
And then there's the other side. They go, wait a minute, you should have done that somewhere else, though. You should have waited till the award show was over and handled it then.
And being that you knew I guess he knew that he was getting an Oscar. Do you know when you're getting it? I don't know, but that's his first Oscar, is what I've heard.
Yeah, it was.
Why would you do that?
Eddie Seipel joins the other group, the third group, that goes, the whole thing was staged.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot of people that believe that. So that is in the news, and it's not going away over the next couple of days either. This is going to be the hot topic. So y'all.
And I did see too where somebody had pulled it up where Will Smith had made fun of somebody's bald head.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
I sure did.
That was years ago, but still.
What's the old saying? What's good for the goose is good for the
gander.
Gander.
Yeah.
I always get those sayings mixed up. Is why I asked that. I always have to go, well, you know what I meant. As we turn to our friends over at Godwin Cleaning Services, if you own a home, you own a business, a lot of people do that, and you need it clean, talk to them. This is the before and afters. Look at the difference here. The roof, the sides of the building, how much cleaner this looks. Godwin has got the latest soft washing equipment that won't damage your paint. Your sidewalks, as you'll see there, plants, doesn't that look better? And as you look up the driveway, major difference. Gets rid of that old gritty look. Gives your asphalt a clean look one more time. Bricks, all your driveways up here, your walks, and when you get up to the steps, major difference. It's so affordable. Talk to them. It's going to save you money. As you look here at the paint, how it just looks new again, and the roofs. Now, they can do asphalt, slate roofs, shingle roofs, even out to Clarkdale they go to clean up the sign. Looks great again, brand new.
Looks good.
See them. They'll take care of your home, your business, set you up on a schedule if you want to, quarterly, every other month, doesn't matter. They'll work to your schedule. Call them at 601-253-8262. It's Godwin Cleaning Services. They'll help you with anything that you have going on.
Mark your calendars for the Spring Extravaganza Show coming Saturday, April 23rd, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a brand new location at the old Office Max building at Bonita Lake Circle. From boutique clothes, shoes and accessories, children's clothing, spring plants, jewelry, gift items. Come shop and have lunch with Jack's Sausage Dogs. The Spring Extravaganza Gift Show, Saturday, April the 23rd from 9 until 4 at the old Office Max building in Meridian. Call Becky at 601-480-1776.
I'm Rick from Meridian. My life changed forever on my way home from work one Friday night, but I was able to focus on getting healthy because I had Richard Schwartz fighting for me every day. He got me the money I needed to get my life back on track.
I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. As we look over the comments there, everybody, this is a hot button topic.
Right. Yeah, Les said maybe slapping will go back to normal
behavior.
No, look, I will admit there's probably a couple of people I would want to go give a little tap every now and then, but no.
And most folks, as John just pointed out there in the comments there, wouldn't have even known the Oscars was on if we hadn't have gotten the slap heard around the world.
Right. Because I didn't watch it.
Still in our studio this morning, Miss Hillary, our sweetheart of the day, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and her tag-along husband, Ty.
I'm sure he is loving you for saying that.
My handsome husband now.
I feel
dedicated.
It's all good. It's all good.
Dedicated. You can say that.
You will never hear me say you're handsome. I just want to
don't call me handsome.
Y'all have got a great event coming up, and this does help so many children if you attend this with the money that's raised from this. And as I pull this up, tell us a little bit more about this, our times, and when you want people to come.
Okay, well, the doors open at 9. It starts at 10. Should be over about lunchtime. And I also want to say there's going to be a food truck. Have you heard of Bunk's Bistro food truck?
I have not.
Okay, well, they'll be there, and they'll have like shrimp tacos and pulled pork tacos and stuff like that. It's really, really, really good. So that'll be there. But about the event, it's going to be an amazing time in the Lord. It's going to be a time of fellowship and a time of just hearing a word and being poured into.
And again, this is on Saturday?
This Saturday, Evangel Temple, doors open at 9.
And if you're watching us and you've never been to the Evangel Temple, you walk in and it's just like, wow.
Floored because of the
I've
beauty.
never been in it.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So, take part in this. I think it'd be a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
They, like she said, they're going to have food, so they're going to feed you and spiritually feed you also.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's a great thing for women to go and be empowered.
Yeah.
Right.
And we'll have T-shirts for sale too. They're really cute. A couple different ones to choose from. That's also part of the fundraiser, and that will also go towards the ladies' ministry. And so everybody loves a cute T-shirt.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We're going to send them out your way, and then we'll talk more about it and get y'all to come back and talk to us about your breakfast that's coming up also. Okay. Not long from now, that's going to happen out at the college. I want to point this out. If you're looking for somebody to do some things around the house, we got some folks here that you can visit our webpage, and here it is here, our first responders. If you'll click on that link there, we've got several businesses there. If you need some detailing, all of this here, G&G Stump Grinding, RW, that's some of our folks in the area that are first responders that have businesses on the side. Visit that. good folks there to help you out there. Yes. Coming up toward the top of the hour, again, a beautiful day. We can't ask, 68 degrees.
Yes.
Make you want to hang your clothes out on the line, make them all stiff.
Mm-hmm. If anything good does come out of it, it is a beautiful day today of yesterday's bad weather mess. So.
And again, as we get all of the knowledge that we gain after the emergency management team go out and survey the county, we're going to relay back what we have.
Right. And last night also, you can watch Scotty Ray, but also you can text that 888-777 and get their feedback on what's going on with the weather also.
Absolutely.
So.
We say thank you for joining us. Thank y'all for being a part of the show.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Coming back tomorrow morning, bright and early, to end your week for an April Fool's show beginning at 8 a.m.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by our following partners: